Hello everybody, and welcome to a Core Set 2021 draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can catch me streaming live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Okay, so what have we here? We have Gadrak, the Crown Scourge, which is just a fantastic rare. It's a 3-mana 5/4 flyer. Pretty great stat line. It can't attack, but whenever anything dies, you get a treasure, so that's really good. But yeah, I think this card is probably better than every common and uncommon, or most of them at least. There's probably a few I'd take over it. I just can't think of every card in the set yet. There's also Teferi's Tutelage, which is a pretty cool uncommon when you build around it. Definitely a neat build around, so that could be an option. Maybe that's a card I'd take over it. I haven't gotten to try the mill deck yet, but I've heard great things. In the common spot, there is Roaming Ghostlight as the best common in the pack. Feat of Resistance is pretty good. Sky Scanner is pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to either try Gadrak or try the mill deck. We'll have more opportunities to try the mill deck. Let's just take the Gadrak and see how this card works. And we get a Maze Mind Tome passed to us. That's fantastic. I think this card's great. It's also an artifact for Gadrak, which is kind of cute. An uncommon is missing from this pack, so I wonder what they took. There is Alpine Houndmaster still in the pack, which is a really nice card for those red-white aggressive decks. You just get a bunch of... You get to search up the 2 dogs, and then this is just a great attacker on its own. Bazir's Acolyte is also fantastic. But I think we're just going to take the Maze Mind Tome. It just fits into a nice... Pretty much every deck wants this card, except for like the most pure aggro decks, but it's going to be great in most of the decks of the format. And then we'll see what we get a little bit later. It also leaves us open to reading signals. Sure, we see a red-white card and a white card, but we could still just be a black-red deck. I don't think an artifact archetype is possible, really. There's just not the support for it, but the fact that this does work with Gadrak is also a decent amount of upside. Okay, so Experimental Overload is a nice blue-red card, but I'm not even sure if I'm blue or red here at the moment. There's a Silver Smoke Ghoul, which is a nice synergy piece with Gadrak if I'm gaining life, because I can sacrifice it to itself. There's also Roaming Ghostlight to get me into blue. I think Silver Smoke Ghoul is a pretty high payoff card. Also works with Maze Mind Tome when I gain the 4 life, which is pretty cool. So that could just be a nice synergy piece to make my deck pretty good. I could put this into black-red sacrifice deck, which seems like its ideal home. And it's just a nice grindy deck. There is a blue-red card, so I could like just jump into that shit, but I want to experiment with the format. I've already played blue-red, I think, twice, and so I like to experiment with new things. I think this card could be really sweet, has good synergy with my other cards, and we're going to take it. Okay, now there's Palladium Mirror. For some reason, I seem to always end up cutting Palladium Mirror from my final decks, but that's probably just not correct. And this card works really nicely with my Gadrak, and my Silver Smoke Ghoul is just mana development. That's also an artifact. There's a Sanguine Indulgence, which is another grindy card. Spore Web Weaver is a cute card when it's dealt damage, so I don't think I can ping it myself very well. But I think Palladium Mirror is just good. I think I've been a little bit too hard on it. I feel like I cut it a lot of the time, but that's probably incorrect. And now there's an Epitaph Golem. There is a Blood Gluton. Golem, another artifact. There's also Rise Again, which could be cute with some of my cards if I can get like a Reanimator strategy going. Rune Halo, pretty solid for the more controlling decks, but still not great because the creatures can still deal damage to my creatures and stuff. I don't really want to take the Glutton here, so I think we could speculate on Rise Again, or we could just take Epitaph Golem as another artifact to go with Gadrak. There's also Crash Through as a solid option. Let's take the Blood Glutton. We could still be just Rise Again is just way better than Blood Glutton, I think. Let's just take the Rise Again. It just leaves us with some nice flexibility to go into a Reanimator strategy. And Pestilent Haze is interesting. Village Rites works really well with the Gadrak and Silver Smoke Ghoul type of plan, so I like this card as an option for my deck. I'll just have to make sure I get some stuff to sacrifice. Pestilent Haze can be okay, but I don't think it's great. I think Village Rites is great, though. Sanctum of Shattered Heights is a good card. Sky Scanner is a good card. This one's the type of shrine where if you get other shrines, it becomes good. And I think that this is a fine time to pick one up. Pick 7. It looks like you're a little bit late, Hamani. Try refreshing the stream because Spider was a few picks ago. Sky Scanner is solid with just everything I'm doing. It's an artifact. It's a thing to sacrifice. Going for the Sanctum could be just too greedy. Goblin Wizardry is probably fine. I'm not a base green deck. I'm just going to take the Sky Scanner. This card just fits perfectly with what I'm doing. And now a Dire Fleet Warmonger. A great sacrifice synergy card. I do like Pitchburn Devils as a card to sacrifice. I also like the land, but we're just going to take the gold uncommon for our color pair. I think Skeleton is good, but I think that the Sky Scanner does enough with my other cards. Like, it's a card that helps me turn on my Gadrak. It's a really nice card to sacrifice to something like a Village Rites. Another Sky Scanner wield is fantastic. Can't believe Roaming Ghostlight is still in the pack. That's kind of insane. Yeah, it's also just a good card to sack to Dire Fleet sometimes. We're just going to take the Sky Scanner again. Weird that Ghostlight's still in the pack. And now another Village Rites. We're not playing Prismite here. I think 2 Village Rites is fine with this configuration we currently have. Gloomsower, not really where I want to be. I'm not really in this type of Reanimator deck. I would need some of the Crypt Lurkers before I'd be really hyped playing a Gloomsower. I would need like 3 Crypt Lurkers, and I don't even have 1. Turret Ogre's okay, but I think Village Rites number 2 is going to be a card I'm happy to have. I'm going to start prioritizing 2-drops. I haven't seen any of the premium 2-drops. I don't think red is open from this direction, but I have a couple of good red payoff cards. Like I haven't seen Shock. I saw Pitchburn Devils, I guess. But I haven't seen Shock, Scorching Dragonfire, Spellgorger Weird, which are all indicators that red might be open. I haven't seen Magmuts. I haven't seen Hobble Fiends. So I don't think red is particularly open from this direction, but I think I could get really paid off in pack 2. Because I haven't seen any red cards. So the person I'm passing to is clearly not seeing any red cards either. I mean, I also saw the late red Shrine, but I don't think people are really going for that. I'm going to have to do more testing to see how good the red Shrine is. Okay, so there is a 2-drop. We're just going to take Roaming Ghostlight. We could just be a blue-black deck still. Though we do really want to be black-red if we can. There's also Rugged Highlands. White-black could be a cute thing to place and end up with Silver Smote Ghoul and stuff. Let's just take the Ghostlight because it's such a good card. And now Sanguine Indulgence is a nice grindy card. I could be Reanimator, but I don't have any good things to reanimate or good ways to get creatures into the graveyard, so I don't think I am. And now Blood Glutton. It's a fine top-end card. I don't think I want Epitaph Golem. Okay, we'll have a Golem in the sideboard. I think for me they go black, green... I mean, black, green, because those ones are like fine on their own, and then red as like a really nice enabler payoff shrine, and then blue, white, or maybe white, blue. I think the blue one might be the worst because it's just so do nothing on its own. Well, we're not going for Sanctum of All. Maybe if we open it, pack 1, pick 1, I'll go for this card someday, but I'm not going to go for it now. I think I'm just going to take a Silver Smoke Ghoul. Having a second copy of that's a really nice payoff. Makes me really want to play things like Blood Glutton. Sky Scanner is also still solid. I think this card's pretty nice. I don't mind Kitesail Freebooter either. The Sky Scanner might wheel. With 2 Silver Smoke Ghouls, we could just try to transition towards a white-black life gain deck. I don't have a ton of life gain, but it's still going to be a solid card in my deck, I think. Like, I have a Blood Glutton and I have a Maze Mind Tome to gain the 4 life, and if you ever get it back like once, it's great. Yeah, I think you need the black shrine to make the other shrines okay. Or you need 2 shrines to make some of the shrines good. Gaggle Master is quite good. I don't really want to be... I think with 2 Sky Scanners, Gaggle Master's good, and we can just avoid playing red. These cards aren't like super like absurd in our deck or anything. There are some nice blue cards here, and we did see a lot of blue later on, but I think Silver Smoke Ghoul is just great. So we're going to try and play White-Black Life Gain since we have 2 of those. And now there's another Sky Scanner. There's also Deathbloom Thallid for a card to sacrifice. There's also Fetid Imp. Let's just take the Sky Scanner. There's also Fetid Imp as a 2-drop. For everyone that's saying to go into blue, there were a couple of late roaming Ghost Lights, but it's hard to say whether or not that was like the only blue card worth noting. And sure, that's my favorite blue common, but I'm not sure if that's because blue is open or because other people just don't think the card is good. Like, I mean, if it's wheeling around the table and I'm not seeing any other blue cards, it's hard to know. And switching into blue this pack when blue wasn't like insanely open pack 1. Ooh, Malefic Scythe. That's a great card. That is a good one. Great payoff card for my colors and stuff. Kind of makes me want to play Sacrifice like really badly. But it could still be a white-black deck. And now we have some decisions to make. I think Tavern's Window is actually really good in my deck. It's a 2-drop. I need a 2-drop. You don't need red steel effects to have a good Sacrifice deck. That's a big fallacy in Limited. There's a Swindler, which is really good with my Silver Smoke Ghouls. Just getting those back is really nice. There's also Soul Seer, which is really good. I think we're gonna take the Soul Seer. Tavern Swindler's a fine 2-drop, but we're just gonna get the removal spell. Even though this is a really good synergy piece with us. And now a nice Havoc Jester. Nice extra big 5-drop here. Black is so open, it looks like, or we have a decent number of black cards, so I don't think we really need all that much red for our deck to really come together and be good. Switching colors in pack 2 is also a big fallacy a lot of the time, because if you find your colors in pack 1 and then you switch in pack 2 to different colors, that's oftentimes not the colors that were open pack 1, and so in pack 3 then you just get hosed. I would love to play a couple Walking Corpses in this deck just for some random 2-drops. Another Sanctum, there's also another Sky Scanner, there's a Liliana Steward, which is actually an okay card in this deck because it works with Gadrak. It works with Gadrak, works with the Havoc Jester, and works with Malefic Scythe pretty well. Sanctum of Shattered Heights is also okay, and then Sky Scanner is never that bad either. It's a 1-mana sacrifice to draw 2. We're just going to keep taking these Sky Scanners, I think. I wouldn't mind a Steward, but I don't think it's as good as Sky Scanner. And now Pitchburn Devils is a good card to sacrifice. Steward would still be fine. But I like Pitchburn. Just a big creature. Does good work. Duress or Onaka Ogre. Let's take Duress just in case we need a sideboard Duress. This is a pretty free opportunity to pick one up. If you look at my deck, I have a pretty just solid build right now. I don't have any 2-drops, which is a big problem. But I have a lot of 3-drops, as you can see. So I'll be fine on the 3-drop slot. Yeah, it is best of 3, the Great Flying Dragon. I could see Sanguine Indulgence being a card I want a second copy of post-board. Fetid Imp, perfect. I think that's better than Masked Blackguard. Pitchburn Devils came back. That's a great sign. Again, I would play a Liliana Stewart in this deck because I just have a bunch of random synergies. Wow, really? We'll take Archer over Walking Corpse. I'm confident I can get some 2-drops. Archer's way better than Walking Corpse. I would also play Alchemist's Gift here in this draft pretty easily, I think. I have 1 2-drop and a couple of cards I can play on turn 2. Hey, last pick Liliana Stewart. That card's actually probably going to make my deck. Okay, so there's a 3rd Silver Smoke Ghoul. I still think this card is good. We have Blood Glutton, Maze Mind Tome, and currently that's it. Hey, Captain Ichigo, I'm glad I'm one of your favorite streamers. I drafted Ugin the other day. That was fun. What else is in this pack? Shock. Maybe I'd rather have Shock. I don't enable this all that well, and I have a ton of 3-drops. Let's just take Shock so we don't die. Wow, I love this card. So sweet. And this pack is basically a blank. We can't play it, though, is the problem. If we could splash that, it would be so good with our 4 Sky Scanners. And our Maze Mind Tome. And our Village Rites. We'll take it over Mind Rot. I will do it. Now there's a Crypt Lurker. There's also just Hobble Fiend, which is a clear pick. Nice, Captain Ichigo. That's fantastic. Just gonna get a nice 2-drop for our deck. Don't like Grim Tutor, but I do like Hobble Fiend. I knew we'd get there on 2-drops. We're not going to get there on Splashing Joel Rail because I never really thought that was a realistic dream. But it is a sweet card. I did not draft the green-red duel that I saw. I think I took Roaming Ghostlight over it or something. And 21's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying it. Okay, another Hobble Fiend probably. Carrion Grub. Mill 4 cards. Probably not after that effect. It is fine with Silver Smoke Ghoul. Also Fethid Imp. I think Hobble Fiend's just better. The Zombie for board spells. I have so many 3-drops that I'm not taking any more 3-drops if I can help it. I also have a lot of little random flyers to chip in. Maybe Fetid Imp is better, but I'm not going to be holding up mana, I don't think, all that much. Carrion Grub's pretty good, but I don't have any hugely high-powered creatures. Another Sky Scanner or a Deathbloom Thallid. Let's just keep taking Sky Scanner, because that is hype. Living the Sky Scanner dream. Enabling my Gadrak. Thallid's probably better, but this is just so funny to have 5 Sky Scanners. Hey, Magma, let's go. Nice little 2-drop here. We didn't really get there on the Silver Smoke Ghouls. Okay, we got a sideboard Mind Rot. I knew we'd get one. All of the scanners. Now I think we'll take either Kate. How many 2-drops do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cage Zombie's looking a lot better now that I've decided to cut a lot of my random Silver Smoke Ghoul package. Cause I don't think I'm ever really getting the Ghoul back. And Cage Zombie can drain them out pretty effectively. Take another Mind Rot. I'm definitely going to try out the Liliana Steward in this deck. Why not the pump spell? Which pump spell? Oh, the Burn Bright. I don't think I'm really a Burn Bright deck. I'm probably going to be sacrificing the Sky Scanners for value. I don't think I want 2 Stewards. This is probably a 16 land deck because I have so much card draw. Carrion Grub is just a fine 4-drop. 4 mana 3/5, or would I rather have a caged zombie? Let's just play another caged zombie. Short Sword could be okay. Okay, so we have a lot of playables here. So Hobblefiend might get cut because we do have a decent way to sacrifice creatures. We have 4 2-drops now, which is fine, and a 1-drop. Liliana's Devotee. Yeah, well, unfortunately we don't have that one, but yeah, I agree that card's great. Pitch Burns and Havocs is great. So what were cards that I would like to play, probably? I would love to be able to get all these cards in somehow, maybe even Short Sword. Probably not Short Sword, though. Okay, so these are cards that I'm considering. I don't think I'm a Silver Smoked Ghoul deck. I went 2-1 in my last draft, Freecorn. Pretty cool. So I don't think we want multiple of these, so we'll cut that. Multiple Village Rites might be sketchy. We have a lot more sacrifice outlets now that we have 3 of these. But I still think it's a great card. Probably only want 1 caged zombie. Yeah, Gadrak is going to be sick. And all the sacrifice to get more treasure. We're going to cut a land here. What's our colors like? 11-8. And maybe we could run the Village Rites. I don't like Graveyard Recursion all that much. It's more of a sideboard thing in my opinion. We'll just make do with our draw step. 19 creatures, so Village Rites is great. Do we want 2 of them though? Probably not. You have 3 Hobblefiends that can also sack things. Maybe I don't want Caged Zombie. Palladium Mirror is always a card that I feel like cutting, but I'm not going to cut it this time because I want to just try it out. I always seem to cut it, and so I'm just going to keep it in consciously. I do have a lot of Sky Scanners. I'm not going to cut them though because I think it's funny to have 5, and I think it's just a great card. Also, it makes me able to run less lands and stuff. It's between Caged Zombie and Hobblefiend for me. I'm just going to cut the Caged Zombie, I think. I think this is going to be pretty good. Yeah. Caged Zombie's a close one, but oh my gosh, Malefic Scythe is going to be a beast in this deck. Well, that's going to do it for the build, and I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, I want to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, especially those who support me at the credits level. I really appreciate the support, and thank you so much for helping me continue to produce high quality content on a consistent basis. It really does help me out a ton, and if you'd like more information about what it means to become a patron and the cool rewards you get as my way of saying thank you, you can find that information at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Without further ado though, let's get to the matches. Welcome to round 1. We have a great curve. 2-drop Sky Scanner, of course. 2-drop Dire Fleet Sky Scanner. Could be the curve out here. Why did I lead with Swamp again? Oh, that's right, because I'm an idiot. I messed that up. I should have played the Swamp so I could, the Mountain so I could shock that. I just totally blanked. Happens. And now I don't have a shock. It all is a clever ploy to get... yeah. This is fine. I just like having all my sky scanners. Indeed, we baited them. We baited them into taking our shock instead of our maze mind, so we could get all of the value. So basically, outplayed opponent. So we're going to be drawing 3 extra cards. Actually, 4 extra cards. Feels good, man. Yikes. I'm not insane, so I'm not going to block that. Uh-oh. Now there's a card. Why would you block? They have a side, and this is a Solemn Simulacrum. I know that sounded condescending. I don't mean to be condescending on that one. It's just like, it's not a great block, because they just get too much value when it dies. Sure. Nice. The best way to play around Scythe is to have your own Scythe, which I'm trying to find. And also to have a removal spell for all of their creatures, because that's what you're going to need. Yikes. Oh, nice. But they've already drawn an Igneous Cur and a Alpine Watchdog, so I wonder how many more they have. Only one more, nice. We're gonna scry. That's like basically drawing a card. We'll make them discard by pinging this thing. Sure. Shoot that thing, get our shock, shoot this thing. Seasoned Hallowblade does not match up well against Indulging Patrician, I'll tell you that much. I mean, against Sky Scanner. Uh-oh. Well, we lose 3 life here. That is a bummer. I'm planning on blocking with a Sky Scanner once I draw a sack outlet. I guess not attacking doesn't really make that much sense. This is my chance to kill this card. We're gonna draw a card to see what we get first. Well, the Steward is completely useless. So we can kill that, but they can protect it. I assume they're protected with their Selfless Savior. Yep, that's really good. Because that's a way they could have gotten a counter onto their Scythe. And now Steward can still trade with a card because they can't protect their Seasoned Hallowblade now. This card is such a bummer. It's so hard to outrace it. Because I just can't let them put soul counters on it, because then every creature they have... I don't have enough removal to kill all their creatures. Now that's a card. Because that can block this. Now I can make them discard and I can get a treasure. Which seems good to me because then this can attack next turn if I need to. Okay, so they discard that and they tap this. So this guy can attack next turn because of this card. Block, sack to Hobble Fiend. This is the client. Thank goodness that worked out. They did not do anything there. Decline, of course. Once I draw a scythe of my own, it's going to be amazing. Deck's going alright, Zeladoni. This is our first game. Still learning a lot about how it's functioning. The sky scanners have been working well. I do struggle against removal a little bit. I mean, again, with removing things. 5, 10. I have 10 lands, so I have 6 lands left in this deck. And 10 spells. They have 6 lands in play. So they have a card in their hand that they actively want. So that worked out beautifully, because I was going to be considering sacrificing it anyway. They're going to be drawing... They have drawn 8 lands, and we've drawn 10, I think. So we are going to have a pretty good spell density here. Nice cantrip there. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're gonna block sack with the sky scanner probably. This guy is pretty scary. Well, we are a sacrifice deck, so that is a factor. Yeah, that would have been something I could have done. I do have 2 village rights left in the deck. Yeah, if I draw Scythe early in the game with this deck, I think the game's just over. It also punishes 1 toughness creatures, which is relevant. Yep, I figured they'd do this eventually. I can't attack with this guy anymore, which is unfortunate. Oh no. Palladium Mirror probably doesn't fit in my deck very well at all. Hey, now I can attack again. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. If I attack with like this, I have 6 blockers. And I don't have to block this. I could have also attacked with this guy. and then just sacked everything to him. That was unfortunate. Now we're dead. Yikes. Yeah, we die. Wow, the one time I decided to attack with the extra sky scanner, they just had been sandbagging this the whole game. Yeah, we're gonna concede. That's game 1. Sky scanner just is a good card, I think. So that was a pretty grindy game. I think they try to be an aggressive deck though. They just happened to have their scythe and I didn't have mine, so it was really a bummer. I don't think Steward is great. They're going to empty their hand too fast for it to be good. Mind Rot seemed okay. Blood Glutton seemed okay. Let's bring in a Sanguine Indulgence. Short Sword, maybe. Cage Zombie could just be the nuts. Let's bring in 2 Cage Zombies and then try just cutting 2 Sky Scanner. No, we're gonna cut a mirror, that mirror over a Sky Scanner for sure. And then we can just play Sky Scanner over Sanguine Indulgence. I don't think they're that slow of a deck. Yeah, I don't like the sword as much. I think we're just gonna try the 2 Cage Zombies over the Palladium Mirror and the Leon Steward. And we'll see how it works from there. I think it's gonna be good. Short Sword for Gadrak? Oh, they mean because it's an artifact. Okay, this game's over. Scythe is just such a game-ending card in our deck. It's like legitimately like the best card in our deck. 2-drop, 3-drop, Scythe. Magma would have been good that game too because it would have pinged him to death. Whew. I think we equip this guy. Because if this thing dies, this thing still gets to ping. And this is where you see, oh my gosh, they're trading. You know how that last game lasted like 100 turns because I like never wanted to trade with the card that had a Malefic Scythe on it? Well, this is what you get. This is what happens. This game is going to demonstrate what happens when you don't do that, because the game feels over to me at this point. I can't believe they traded. Just gonna get rid of that one right away. I don't want to deal with them making 1/1s to block my sky scanners and stuff. Oh my gosh, never mind. I got owned. That sucked. Holy smokes. Turn to Slag completely owned me. Who would have thought it? Ouch. Oh man, that was brutal. I can't believe that got so bad for me. I'm in agony. Thank you so much, JC Galvanil. I really appreciate the support. Welcome back. Let's get some hype in the chat for JC. We'll take 7 and then we'll just attack them back, hopefully. I realize now that attacking back looks like a really bad option. We're gonna have this guy that can do some work. Maybe that was just really bad, that attack. Scythe is bad, see? Lol. If we had a sacrifice outlet, it wouldn't have mattered. We'll block like this. All I want for Christmas is a 5th land drop. Oh my gosh. If I can get a pitch burn into play, it's gonna feel real good. Currently, it's not feeling real good. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. The pain. Yeah, not trading with this turret ogre. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I punted this game so badly with this not trade because I literally knew they had 2 cards in their hand. I felt like I could stabilize as soon as I played a Pitchburn Devils, but we just lose. Wow. This game was going to be so much better than the last game. And I just got owned. Oh well. Round 2. I definitely misplayed that last game really badly. I just needed to trade with the Alpine and the Turret Ogre. I don't really know why I didn't. In retrospect, it would have been way better to do it. Ugh, really bad. Just gonna block and sack it to draw 2. Maybe make him use some mana. Hey, there we go. Just gonna keep playing Sky Scanner because it's more mana efficient. Oh man, I'm still sad about how I played that last game. It was just like, what the heck did I do? That was a mind explosion. Not anything too grim there. We're just gonna let these trade. We'll get a counter on our Malefic Scythe. I mean, these won't trade. They'll just kill it, but getting a counter on the side is worth it. Then next turn we can play Pitchburn Devils. Kind of shut them down. Yeah, Rav. Nice. That's what I like to see. If they equip it, their guy dies. Yes! Hilarious. That's why I blocked that one. We'll trade with their guy. Yep, I figured they'd block like that. But we still traded a 2-2 for their 4-6. Okay, that's also fine. I need to get this Hobble Fiend into play to protect against this stupid turn to slag. Now I'm living in fear of that card. If I draw a land with this, then I can do everything I want. The masked black god. Whew. Two can play at that game, friendo. Pew! The sound effect it makes is glorious. Ugh. Oh, I'm still haunted by that last round. Dang. Because I was thinking, like, I thought I could make an attack, and then I realized after they played the creatures, like, oh no, of course I can't make an attack. Why didn't I just trade? And then I attacked anyway, because I was like, oh. Well, now that I've done it this far. Okey-doke. We have him dead next turn. Boom! Got the win against Black-Red. Okay. I think I like my configuration. Maybe I'd rather have Sanguine Indulgence than Liliana's Steward, but other than that, let's try it like that. Okay, this is a good hand. I'll block if they give me the chance. Let the pinging commence. Ah, they also have the scythe. Scythe makes things tricky. Having a 5/5 in play might help. Oh no. Oh dear. I'd probably equip the scythe to this. Yeah, but they're not going to play around it, I don't think. I shouldn't have attacked with this thing either. The damage didn't matter at all. Not playing my best here. Interesting, okay. I had to do that. Thank you so much, Koi Boy, for the follow. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna scry here. I need to gain the 4 life as soon as I can. Use that to kill that. Again, I'll scry on there and step, and then I'll hopefully draw a card on my turn. Okay, they're getting a little bit cutesy here. No block. I mean, I'm dead to a lot of things. Being dead to removal is something that just happens in games. I think I just draw a card and gain 4. I think drawing a card is more valuable than playing a 1/2 chump blocker. Using this as a 5-mana deal 3 is not ideal. Okay. Game 3 coming up. The reason I had to kill the 2/3 was because if I don't kill the 2/3, then they can just attack with everything. Maybe the first time it was better to do that. I could see wanting Blood Glutton. I don't think I need the Cage Zombie. I think I can outgrind them in the late game. But yeah, thanks Koibo for the subscription. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, this is a good hand. We don't have a creature, but we have a lot in our deck. Well, this is not an ideal spot, I must say. I might just sacrifice this to draw 2 cards and put a counter on my scythe. I'm just going to play this and I'm not going to attack into the Fetid Imp. Oh no, they could have their Destructive Tampering now. There's actually a legitimate sideboard card against Scythe and against my deck. Yep. With Sanguine Indulgence, I don't mind sacking that because I can get it back. And then I can kill that, and then I can play this for 1 mana. Because I'm gonna get to draw. Well, that was insane. That felt pretty unfair. Oh, I could have killed him if I'd played this Hobble Fiend. I think we got the W. They got mana screwed and we punished. Nice. Well, we got a win in a close match, and I'll see you folks in the final round. Final round. I was just telling Twitch chat, I don't think Gadrak is actually very good. Seems really hard to enable. You don't really want to sacrifice creatures for treasure. And, I mean, he'll shine as a blocker, but it's oftentimes not what you want. It's fine. But I don't think it's like, I think if I was trying to do my best to win, the Teferi's mill card would have been better than this one. Yeah, but if it's not good in this deck, then what deck is he good in, you know? Lead with the Cage Zombie because he can actually attack. Unlike some of our friends here. We might just sack that. No, we aren't. Okay, so we're gonna have to get Pitch Burn down and then sack that. I'm not an idiot. I'm not gonna fall for the first. Oh, this doesn't have Death Touch. I'm an idiot. Okay. The reversal there was very strong. I was like, ah, this has Death Touch, but it only has Death Touch if I have 8 more cards in my graveyard. I missed the damage, Chad. I missed the damage. I'm so bad. I'm so sad. I'll never recover mentally. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? They know I have the Pitch Burn doubles. Oh my gosh, what the heck? I'll take it. Yeah, what a stream title. Yeah, Coentian, I just found a cool quote. No, it actually hasn't. I just liked this. I just liked the title. We're just gonna hold up sacrificing something. Oh. Lol. I just, Ha! This is why you don't main deck Duress. Oh. Okay. They're gonna enter maintenance soon? I wonder how soon. Does anyone in chat know when they're entering maintenance? Yeah, Coentian, it's been fun. I mean, I don't really measure my win rate all that often. But, oh gosh, lifelink? I'm just gonna kill this. I could go face, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I get a treasure now. Yay! Treasure! Oh no, I get 2 treasures! Double the treasure! Okay. Okay. I forget what my opponent... Oh, they went all in on their random 1-1. Hey! They concede the whole match! Boom! I'm so good at this game! Yes! I completely punted round 1, and yet I still get the 2-1. Let's go! If you did make this all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, when you're watching this on YouTube, in the comments leave a hashtag tilt-proof. Actually, I wasn't completely tilt-proof. Hashtag overcoming tilt to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, because I was kind of down on myself after that first round when I botched that game really badly. But I battled back, got the wins, and we went 2-1 with this deck. It was also a sweet one. We experimented with Gadrak. I don't think he was actually very good. That's a little bit of a takeaway from this one. I don't think the Liliana Steward is that good. Malefic Scythe was absolutely absurdly good in all the rounds, like first 2 rounds, and that last round even. But yeah, I think Gadrak is definitely solid if you're a more defensive deck, but if you're trying to beat down a little bit, then I don't think it is going to be amazing. But yeah, I think Gadrak is definitely solid, but I think the Teferi's tutelage would have been a better pack 1 pick 1 now that I've tried the card out. But I tried it out so you folks could see how it went, and I think this draft was actually a pretty interesting one, because red didn't look all that open, but then we kind of worked our way into it. The deck was pretty sweet, the draft was pretty sweet. Remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of this little post-game wrap-up. I've been trying to do a little bit more of that in my videos. Maze Mind Tome is fantastic, as usual. But yeah, you can catch the stream live at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. You can join the community Discord server in the description and pinned comment. And you can also support me directly via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. That's going to do it for this draft video, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.